Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy D-Thing here, tuned in from the Sofa Podcast.
It's your boy Chris, bringing you the calm vibes once again.
And it's Elizabeth, bring you nothing but the realness.
So, how we feeling today, y'all?
Tired, bro, but we here.
We doing good.
That's what's up. Me, personally, I'm feeling real excited. Episode 1, thank you guys that showed so much love, supported us, shared, subscribed, like, comment. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? It goes a long way.
We got a lot of things to talk about today, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I also want to say this, right? I don't know who needs to hear this, right? But start living. You know why I say start living? Because at the end of the day, if all you do is pay bills, stress, and don't got things figured out in life, start enjoying life. Because joy doesn't have to be expensive. You deserve it. It doesn't have to be expensive. Enjoy it.
You all deserve the better things in life.
Yes, like go on walks. Enjoy your favorite meals, laughter, music. Enjoy it, cherish it. You only got one life to live. Have fun. Don't let stress bring out the worst in you. Have fun. Live life.
Be around people that love you genuinely.
Yes, have fun.
Good vibes all around.
Yeah,
Vibes all around.
very good vibes all around. Just go out there and have fun, man. We all go through things, but just go out there and have fun. Live life. That's all I can say. Live life.
Take it from me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I just started living again. You know what I mean?
I like that, but at least you're living. At least you're living.
Yeah, stress used to take a toll on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used to let it eat at me and take away my joy for things.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I want to say over like the last maybe year or so, I've been trying to live my life a lot more. I've been back in the gym, back to drawing, back to playing ball. You know, things that used to make me happy, bro.
Yeah, I could agree with you on that one because a lot of times I let stress get the best of me.
We all do.
You know, it felt like I was in the ring facing stress, and it kept knocking me down, but I was getting right back up, and it kept knocking me down, and I kept getting right back up. You know, life goals. I started to remember to myself and think to myself, I got this.
Yeah.
Because it's not me just saying I got this. I got people looking up to me.
Yeah.
You know, and every day I pray to God. You know, God is good.
God is great.
You know, I want to get closer and closer to God. I feel like I'm close to Him, but I need to get closer. You know, every day I get up, I pray, I do my good morning routines, and I just be asking Him to basically replenish my mind, body, and soul. Because each day comes with a new task.
Trying to get closer to God, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, you need to give me some lessons.
Because every day is a new task. You never know what you're gonna deal with. Each day goes is something new. It's a new opportunity, a new beginning, a new blessing, a new day.
Every day is a new journey.
Every day is a new journey. But you gotta keep going through your highs and your lows. Just keep going. You know?
And even when you at your lowest, I feel like that's when you need to kind of like look for the man himself to really help you get through that.
Yeah.
Because you know, like you said, we all go through our ups and downs. You know, every day's not great, but we can't let that dictate our moves.
Yeah.
Like you said, episode 1, don't let people dictate your moves, but at the same time, you also can't let yourself dictate your own moves. You know what I mean?
Truth. That's
especially
really
when you're going through it. Look for that man for help.
Yeah.
And he'll get you through it. He'll get you through it for sure.
But don't always just pray when you're feeling down. Pray through your good times too. You know what I'm saying? Talk to God when you're going through so much that you asked for and you received it. Pray. You know what I'm saying? Don't just pray because you feel this way and feel that way. Pray through your highs and your lows. Always think the man above, no matter how you are in life, what you're going through in life, whether you up there, you good, and you down, pray. Just pray. Talk to God, pray, and you shall receive.
I definitely need to start praying.
Always keep Him in your corner. It's always good to have God in your corner. But let's get into some of these topics, though.
Yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about today.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we do have a few topics, but one would definitely be, why do men and women cheat?
I like that topic. That's a good one to talk about.
I got a lot of experience in that one.
Yeah.
Me too.
I got a lot of experience.
I do too.
No,
I can agree.
Why are you looking at me talking about I know you do? Come on, son. You gonna put me on the spot like
I don't
that?
want to do that, but the last episode you was telling them like you was seeing red flags, but it was really green. You was going on a roller coaster, but you was having a good time.
Listen, I tell you from last episode when I was telling y'all like I've been through it. You know what I mean? I used to not pay attention to the red flags, but
You knew they was
lo and behold, I was a walking red flag. You know what I mean? So I feel like personally speaking, cheating for me when I decided to infidelity and all that. I was in a really fucked up place mentally. I had my son January 16th of 2017. And then 10 days after that, I lost my grandmother.
Sorry for your loss on that one, man.
She up there watching me, bro. She's still up there.
Yeah, she's in a good place.
You making her proud.
Definitely.
Trying
Making
to.
her proud.
Definitely trying to.
You are.
Because that was my backbone. That was my emotional support system right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like once I lost her, I still had my son. And that's a blessing every day.
Yeah, of course.
I'm thankful for him every day. But I feel like once I lost my grandmother, it was kind of like the Chris that people used to know. You know, the cheery, always outside. You know, playful, loving, caring, charismatic. Some people used to say.
Yeah.
I turned into a completely different person. It's kind of like I blacked out. I flipped a switch, and you know what I mean. Like it's like I didn't care about nothing no more. So especially when it came to women, I felt like if I had one, I could get another one.
Yeah.
If I had two, I could definitely get another one.
Yeah.
Even though I know it's wrong, and I did hurt a lot of feelings. I did a lot of fucked up shit. I gave my body away. You know what I mean. I did things that I'm really not proud of.
But one thing I can say though, at least you acknowledge your wrongs.
I definitely have.
Acknowledge them.
But I tell you one thing. When I got caught cheating the last time, and this was the last time that I ever, you know what I mean, the last time I ever decided to like treat somebody that way or do something like that to somebody, it took me a while to acknowledge the fact that I was wrong.
Accountability.
And that's one of the things nowadays when it comes to men and women cheating is that sometimes they don't take accountability. They don't acknowledge the pain that they put onto this person.
Yeah,
because it's not just a physical thing. It's a mental thing.
It's mental.
And like I said last episode, I went some distances that I can't even come back from. So I did do a lot of fucked up shit. I hurt the person, you know what I'm saying, that I love. That you know what I mean. I hurt her, but she taught me that, you know what I mean. Like I can't just minimize the fact that I did something like that to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She made me realize that like, yo, like I have to take accountability for it. As much as you want to sit here and give yourself excuses, try to like justify why you did what you did. There's no justifying it.
It's not.
So I learned to take accountability.
Yeah.
I learned to not minimize
At least you did that.
my mistakes, you know what I mean? And that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
That's a big part. Accountability and not minimizing the infidelity.
You're here now. With accountability, at least you learn from your mistakes. At least you could say, you know, I'm sorry to the young lady that you did say sorry to.
And I could also, say this. So many people need therapy and not relationships.
Yeah.
I believe that.
So many people just need that. Because I'm going to say it like this, right? A lot of people tend to get in relationships and use relationships as therapy. You know, it's like it could be a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of tension. But sometimes people don't like to even express themselves in a relationship. They don't. I don't know why, but they don't like to. They feel like, oh, maybe my significant other doesn't hear me, or maybe my significant other doesn't care about me. You know, I feel like we really need therapy instead of being in a relationship. Honestly, that's how I feel. You know, everybody has their own opinions. This is what this world is for.
Yeah.
You know, I could, like we all said before, I could agree with you. I could agree with her. She could agree with me. You could disagree with me. You could disagree with her. But my opinion, honestly, I feel like a lot of people need therapy instead of a relationship. I feel like you should work on yourself before going into another relationship or getting into another relationship.
It's hard to do so when in a way like the relationship is kind of like trauma bonding. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their traumas and stuff, but it's like when two people who have experienced a lot of stuff in their past, and when it came to relationships, family, stuff like that, the trauma behind it, like trauma bonding is a real thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm gonna dump this on you, you're gonna dump your shit on me, and we just gonna make it work some way somehow. But like it's not it, bro. It's not.
It's not. It's dysfunctional.
Very.
It's very dysfunctional because it doesn't look right. If I have to sit here and throw stuff on you and you throw stuff on me, that's where the line of gesture is. Like, we're going to get into so many different arguments. As the arguments keep coming, keep piling. Then it's going to ask questions like, what are we in this for? What are we in this for? That's how it looks. Because if I'm going to sit here and constantly keep doing this and saying this to you and this, it's a lot of bickering back and forth. I don't think people should honestly get in relationships unless they're ready. Work on yourself, love yourself, and do what you have to do for yourself in order for you to get in a relationship. You don't even have to get in a relationship if you don't feel like getting in a relationship. I know a lot of people that's good on their own, that like to be alone and vibe, have their own space and do what they want to do, come and go as they please. I know a lot of people like that. Yeah. And told me so much about them being alone is so much better than being in a relationship or being around people, you know. And I feel like that was something that at one point in time in my life I felt like doing that myself too, because I always felt like I have to be in a relationship, and I don't have to be in a relationship. I just feel like I always just needed an extra person to be there for me.
Some people just don't like being alone.
Some people just don't like being alone. You know, me, I put it as this: when I'm home alone, I used to be single and stuff like that. I don't like sleeping alone at night. I don't like sleeping alone at night.
It sucks.
It sucks. I'd rather have somebody lay up with me, cuddle with me. I'd rather talk my problems out with somebody and stuff like that. But it came to fixation that I took maybe 2 years in order for me to get into another relationship. Currently, the one I'm in right now, it took me 2 years to get into this relationship. I took some time to just be me and love myself again, because I got a problem with always putting other people before me. I want to make sure you're good. I want to make sure you this. I want to make sure you that. And I don't put myself first. I love them before I love myself. And I stopped doing that. It came to a point in time, I'm going to love myself first. I'm going to do what I got to do for myself first. At the end of the day, all you got is yourself.
That's the best way to do it. Because if you don't love yourself first, then
you can't love the next person. You can't love the next person
And
because it starts within. You can't love that next person.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. I feel like I had a little therapy session with my life. That took 2 years. I got to know myself again, got to do so much stuff for myself again, and just chill and relax. And then it comes to a point in time where you don't have to be so frustrated. You don't have to be frustrated. So that's my take on that. Hello? Yeah. Why are you laughing right now?
She always laughing. There's always some moments.
What's so funny?
I'm so sorry. Y'all both stole my damn answer. And I'm thinking, I was trying to say something negative. I'm like, dang. And then
my fault.
I was like, you know what? You heard me say that earlier.
It's just that's what it
but
is.
that's
when you got,
good though, because great minds think alike.
They do.
But definitely get into therapy, because once you can say you love yourself, nobody can get in the way of anything. Once you love yourself, and loving yourself is with God too.
Yeah.
Once you love yourself, everything goes easily. Everything, because once you love yourself, you can love somebody correctly.
I like that.
So
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one.
yeah, I had to scrape that up. Yeah, I was like, dang.
She went into the vault for that one.
It's because we all got different experiences up here.
Yeah.
We all been through something in a relationship. He went through something. You went through something. I went through something. It might be the same, but it's a different experience.
Yeah.
Wait, so
we all can agree.
I got a question now, right? Do you say you cheated? I definitely cheated.
Yes.
Man, y'all was just
Let me ask you this:
No.
was you ever a crash out in a relationship?
I was.
I won't judge you. I just want to know that.
I definitely was. I'm not gonna lie. I crashed out mad times.
Was you ever a crash out in any of your relationships?
I will let you know this. I was never. You know why? Because I feel like I don't have to cheat. Don't do that. I feel like I don't have to cheat. You know why? Because once I leave you and once my presence is gone, that's when you feel everything. If I'm dating somebody new or not, you're gonna see me on social media.
She not lying about that one.
Yeah, you're gonna see me through passing. We probably will have mutual friends. You will hear good things about me, and that's gonna mess you up. That's gonna mess you up forever. You let that good thing go. So I don't need to cheat.
In my previous relationships, like relationships I have gotten, I used to be a crash out. I used to be a serious crash out. I feel like I was a crash out because I love different. So it's like when I'm loving somebody, I'm loving you for real. I'm genuine. So when I see certain shit I don't like, excuse my language, but when I see certain things I do not like, it just makes me feel a certain way. It makes me want to get to that point like, damn, but you gotta have some type of control of yourself.
Yeah.
To know like, nah, I'm not gonna crash out. You know, nah, I'm not gonna do this to her. Nah, as much as you want to do certain things, you gotta know that you can't do that. Because I always look back to it like, nah, my mom raised me better than that. I'm not gonna put my hands on no female. I'm not gonna do that.
And then what is that gonna really solve?
Yeah, I'm raising a son. I can't have him thinking it's okay and possible to put your hands on a female because she did something to you. At the end of the day, she wasn't loyal. Because if she could sit there and do that, she didn't think about me. She didn't care about me. Yeah. So I was a real crash out, and I didn't like that for myself. I didn't like that for myself. And that's why I said when we talked about episode 1, you got to set boundaries for yourself. Because remember I said, I'm not going to allow somebody to show me 29 times what was wrong the first time.
Yeah.
It's going to take that first time. I've been there before. I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
That goes back to looking at red flags, though. Sometimes, like, you know, depending the person and what they, like, I feel like what they give to us. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we haven't gotten that from somebody else before. When they give you something new, they give you like a new experience.
It's like, dang, like I ain't never seen this before. But forget all of that. No, not forget you, but forget all of that. Once somebody do something to you wrong, like I said in the past episode, you can love them, all of that. Fix you, get cute, go out, because it's somebody else that's going to treat you right and that's going to do better. Because if they cheated once, they're going to cheat again, and they did not really love you. I'm sorry.
I could say it's 50-50 with that, because some people cheat but fix the problem. And then some people cheat and don't fix the problem and make it a repeated cycle, repeat. But some people know how to learn from their mistake and grow.
And cut it out.
And just, oh no, I was wrong for that. I should never did that. You know, it was a mistake, but they acknowledge that it was a mistake. People make mistakes all the time. I'm only human. I mean, we live to, honestly, I want to say we live to make mistakes, but as time grows as a person, we live to learn. You know, it's okay to make a mistake. People act like it's not okay to make a mistake. They feel like that's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It's okay to really make mistakes in your life.
I don't know if y'all remember episode 1, I was saying, I asked Ellis because she was a little bit younger. You know what I'm saying? Like your 20s and, you know what I mean? Like your teens, when you start, when you actually start dating somebody and you start learning how to treat a woman the right way, properly. A lot of my mistakes I definitely made early in my 20s just because I wanted the experience. And I feel like that's also another reason as to why, you know, the infidelity came up for me. Because it was just like I was experiencing so much, you know what I mean?
At one time it was like, dang. Like,
so like...
It's not that I want to treat you bad, but it's like everybody coming at me. And that's why I was saying with dating, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have been in a relationship with her, but maybe that relationship shouldn't have been had right then and there. Because obviously you love this girl. You just needed to experience a little bit more so you could just treat her right and do her. That was really it. You just needed a few, you know?
I mean, when I was younger, I remember I met my son's mother. Like at first it was kind of like, I seen the red flags, but like I told you last episode, like bro, I'm colorblind sometimes, you know, I was ignoring all the red flags. I want to say that was like the first relationship I had gotten cheated on, and I took it to like a completely different level. I never put my hands on her. I never did anything like that because I don't condone hitting women. I've seen it growing up. So
the best thing to do is just walk away.
That's the best thing to do.
Just walk away. Or you know, when you your feelings, his feelings was hurt.
I was definitely hurt because it's like, bro, I was giving her so much of me, and I was treating her right. It's the fact that like, how can you sit here and have somebody treat you right, and you're gonna go, you know what I mean? Do what you.
It's never okay to cheat at all. If you feel like you're gonna get to that point in your life or in a relationship, just leave. It's never okay to hurt the next person. We all have feelings. We all go through so much in this life. Just leave.
I feel like I should have left early, and I ended up giving this girl 4 years of my life. The only good thing to really come out of it was my son, and like I told you, I'm grateful for him every day, and I don't regret having him. I just regret the person I chose to have him with. Because I feel like it shouldn't have happened, but like I said, once again, I'm grateful.
With it all, things happen for a reason, because y'all was supposed to pass by each other because y'all had y'all baby. Not that y'all wasn't supposed to pass by each other at all, because maybe y'all did love each other at one point. But
at one point.
Yeah, at one point. But I don't know, I just feel like things happen for a reason. Sometimes I be feeling like too, maybe you have a baby with somebody and that was really all it was supposed to be about, because you have this beautiful child, but you learn through it too, because now if you get into something with somebody else, you're gonna be like, nah, I'm done, I'll see you later. And because you don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. It's not even like it's levels to cheating. I mean, it is, but it should not be condoned. Everybody just needs to go their separate ways, because nobody wants to get their feelings hurt. And that's what I was saying in episode 1 too, because I felt like I'm not a cheater, but I feel like if you cheat on me, you would be hurting yourself because you love me so much. You would be hurt because I'm hurting. And that's just how I feel. Like, and that's why you're gonna see me on the flip side.
It was a different type of pain.
I could agree with Chris's what he went through as far as like loving somebody and being with somebody and then having a kid with that person as well. It goes to say this. I don't like this saying right here. People always say, be careful with who you lay down with and have a kid with. Oh, yeah. Because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Because you never know nobody's true intentions. I don't like that saying. Be careful who you have a kid with and lay down with. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Until you actually get involved with that person, then you see the experiences that you're going to go through. You know? But what you said, I have something that's kind of similar to your situation. You know, I don't regret my son at all.
I think
I love my son. You know what I'm saying? That's my baby boy. That's my twin. I love my son so much. But the woman that I did decide to lay down with and have a kid with, don't get me wrong. Everything is always peaches and cream in the beginning. But do I regret? I don't want to say regret. But do I wish I went a different route with dating her and having a kid with her? Yes. Because I have my reasons to why. It's just so much that's coming with this right now, as far as with my son and everything like that. I just feel like I should have just went a different direction. I should have. You know, maybe I could have just sat here and had fun instead of just actually taking it further in that relationship. But you know, we live and we learn.
We live and we learn. But at everybody's different standpoint, we got our beautiful kids from it.
Yeah, my son is a blessing. Your child is a blessing. Chris's son is a blessing.
And we know better. We know better now. We know 10 times better. Because in all reality, people change. When we're in a relationship, everybody change. Even you're changing and you don't even really know it. You know? Everybody's changing, and some people hide their face too. Yeah. Some people mask certain things. Some people, it's just like, it's from their upbringing. So you know you're not like that. And certain things that you may have not seen growing up, but it's already installed in them. And some people can't change. Some people will never change. But a lot of people mask things. Some people, like I said in the first episode, you may have known this person for years and they just mask certain things. And lo and behold, you're going to see. And that's about it.
I just want to share something real quick because you said something about masking yourself.
Hiding your face.
So to correlate something with that, I definitely have a lot of experience. Because when I did what I did and I cheated on this woman, I gave her the impression that I was someone else. I gave her the impression that I was the man that I used to be. Like I told you, charismatic, charming, loving, caring. I was that before. But like I said, once everything happened, it kind of just like the switch flipped.
A blink of an eye,
Yeah, so, but at the same time, like when you really think about it, when you mask yourself and you give yourself this I guess, alter ego, sometimes it works in your favor. Depending the situation, depending the situation. I took it to a whole nother level, and I gave this girl, you know what I mean? Like I gave her the impression that I was like,
this like guy.
That I was such a good guy, that I was such a good man, that I would protect her and love her to, you know, to the day I die. But it's like when I would like leave her presence and I would leave wherever she was, you know what I mean? Like I just went outside and I was like, I could be myself again.
Yeah.
But
I could do me.
I was masking. Yeah, I was masking myself from her, but at the same time, I was masking myself from everybody else. So I was basically giving everybody that I associated myself with a masked version of myself. Yeah. Because I didn't know what it was to be myself. You know, like, bro, like I told you episode 1, certain trauma, certain shit that you go through, it could affect you in lots of ways. So yeah, I took it to a certain extent to where like I put on a facade. You know what I mean? And it wasn't right for me to do. I didn't, like I said, like I told y'all first episode, like I never had no ill intent towards nobody, but I saw things and I went through things, and I felt like in a way I felt like I was helping myself. Like you said, people need therapy instead of relationship. I was jumping relationship to relationship.
And you wasn't healing within yourself.
I wasn't healing nothing about myself. None of the past traumas. And I'll admit it, my mommy issues. Like, don't get me wrong, like my mom got deported when I was maybe 10 or 11 years old.
Sorry to hear that.
In the beginning, it felt like I was too young to really understand like what that really meant. And and another thing is like for a long time, being that I had mommy issues, like it took me a long time to actually forgive my mother for, you know, what it is that happened. And the whole time when we're born, an infant, your mother's your first love. As a man, your mother's your first love.
Your mother's everything.
And when you have a daughter, your father's your first love.
I don't want to cut.
I'm having one. I have one on the way.
I don't want to cut nothing, but I feel like for a woman and a man, you love your mother. Like, you love the ground that your mother walks on. You think your mother's a superhero. She just does everything that just makes sense. She could just tie your shoe and you just like,
I love her. I love her. She's the greatest woman ever. Like, yo,
just tie my shoe like that. Like,
yeah, you just bought me food. You did this
right. They just do everything right. But I could understand you where you said your mom got you said your mom got deported when you was
10 or 11.
10 or 11. Yeah, I could understand you because my dad got deported when I was around 6 or 7. So I would say it does change you a little bit because, like I said, we do love our mothers. We love our mother and our father, but it's a different love with your mom because she knows everything. But and I have a good relationship with my dad. But yeah, when it feels like you're losing somebody, even if you call, even if you text them, even if y'all do whatever y'all can do, even if y'all go down there, I mean, go to, go see your parent in another country, it's just kind of like, it's never enough because you need both of your parents. You need both of your parents for everything. Your parents shape you for everything in life. They teach you how to love. They teach you structure. They teach you loyalty. They teach you how you're going to be as a person growing up. And for kids, too, when you have your own.
I honestly feel what you're saying was actually good. I want to get into this, too. Stop refriending and refamilying. I'm serious. You know why I'm saying that? Because we talking about the topic of family right now, right? So I want to say stop refriending and stop refamilying. Why? Because family will do it to you, too. As much as they try to support you, they could also bring you down. I seen so many people, I seen so many family members, right? And I don't have the best of family, but my family has been there, but I feel like it could have been better. We all got family members where it could have been much more love and more support.
Yeah.
As we got older, you started seeing why this cousin is distant from that cousin, or this cousin is distant, or that family member is distant from the family. Because as you get older, when we are younger, right, we see things, we having to go to house parties, we going to family Thanksgivings. But as you get older, you start seeing why that cousin was distant, why that family members got distant. Because sometimes family is not what it seems sometimes.
At all.
Sometimes family's really not what it seems. I have my family, don't get me wrong, I love my family, right? My family does have structure, right? But do I wish some things could be different and better? Yes, I do. Yeah, and sometimes, like I said before, family will actually do it to you, right? They could bring you down as much as they try to bring you up. And I never seen that. I've seen that happen so many times, whether it's with social media and reality, in person. I've seen so many family members can actually bring down and have so much hatred towards another family member. As if it's a person in the street that they've been beefing with for the longest. I'm feeling like now at the age that I am, I'm not refriending and I'm not refamilying nobody no more. If you do something wrong to me, whether you're my family, my friend, we cannot no longer associate no more. We cannot associate no more. It's over.
And I would like to piggyback off to you because
it's over.
Some of our friends are more family members than our family will ever be.
Yeah.
It really just be blood sometimes. And sometimes family members, everybody grows up in different households, and we was probably close when we was younger coming up, and it probably was a strong bond. But some family members are haters. Some family members are envious because maybe your mother or your father loves you a certain type of way, and they probably did not receive that, or they still looking for that, but it's not my fault. I'm very sorry. It's not my fault.
I've never hated on my own family. But
nah, me either. I don't come with hatred at all.
But being a kid that I grew up without, not my whole life. I didn't grow up without my mom. I grew up my whole life without my father. But for a portion of my life, not having either one of my parents, I remember being younger, I used to go outside and I used to see kids at the park with their pops or their moms. And
it rubbed you a certain way.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I used to cry, bro. Like
you feel
that
a
shit.
Different, like
it's like, bro, like how come I never got that? You know
it's
what I mean?
It's like as a kid, you want to experience that. Like, damn.
Because it's a good feeling.
It's a real good feeling because now you get to see that father and that son or that father and that daughter do so many different things that maybe you didn't do as a child with your father or your mother. So it's like, damn, you see them at the park. I never experienced that. It kind of brings that trauma back to you. It kind of brings that emotion, like, yeah, I get sad. Because I really didn't get to enjoy that with my family or my father or my mother. It doesn't matter. Who it could have been. Me personally, it was my father. I didn't have my father growing up. I didn't have my father growing up. So when I see kids I see kids and these fathers go and wherever it's at, I'm like, damn, I never got to experience that. Like, I see kids, I see people that's my age now, still with their fathers now. And I be looking like, damn, like I just want to have one conversation with my dad. It's not the topic of why you left me. I just want to know.
You want to know what happened.
What happened? What transpired for you to sit there and leave me at a year old? I didn't have you. I wanted to have that father where I could learn so much more stuff from you. I shouldn't have to learn that from my mom. My mom is but so much she can do. But the father is the structure. The mom could be the glue, but the father is the structure. And me personally not having that, that's why when I talked about it in episode 1, I'm more of a man than my father ever was. Because I never left my son. And I won't ever leave my son.
Proud of you for that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's so I look at life differently. I wouldn't ever put my son in that predicament where he feel like he can't ever come to me or I'm not going to ever be there for him. I won't ever do that.
That's the emotional
I walk in my
backbone.
own shoes as a man. I'm my own man. I'm my own father. I love my kids. I can say kids now because I got another one. But I love them. And I'm going to do everything it takes for me to let my kids know that I'm gonna always be here. I'm gonna always love them. I'm gonna be tough on them too,
Of course.
but I'm gonna be also the softy though, because that's just how I'm going to be.
I want to share something really quick. So, being that I grew up without a father,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I did meet the nigga. You know what I'm saying. I did meet the nigga.
I mean, listen, I
But-
had the opportunity just to meet him, shake his hand, and be like,
What
why?
happened?
Like, but that's what I was about to say. Like you wanted the answers to as to like what happened and what,
happened?
transpired and
Like
everything.
what really
Make sense of
transpired?
things.
So it's a lot of untold stories.
Yeah.
It's a lot of different stories. A lot of people got their own stories, but you got to hear from that person. Cause why? What made you sit there, have me, right? Not have me. My mom had me, right? What made you sit there, lay down with my mom, and feel like, no, I'm gonna be here till he turn a year old, and I'm just gonna walk away? What made you think to do that and think that was okay for you to do as a father?
Some men just aren't ready.
Some. Don't get me wrong. Some men aren't ready, but I don't. Matter of fact, not to
That's
say
an
that.
excuse.
That's an excuse, right? Because you know what you're doing when you laying down with a woman and you doing what you're doing and you're releasing in that woman and you laying down. You know what you're doing.
Not for a fact.
If you man enough to lay down with a woman, you should be man enough to take care of your kids. You should always be able to take care of your kids. If I lay down with these women, they won't have to need me for nothing.
I'm not gonna lie. When I met him, I think I was about like 14 or 15. You know, my mom was the one that pressed the issue a little bit. 'Cause I had always asked her like, "Yo, where's my pops?" And what happened? And
Those are
everything.
questions you should ask, though.
I linked up with him in the city somewhere. I think we went to go get like Japanese food or something. He took me to eat. We had not a long conversation, not like a super long conversation, but we spoke enough to the point where it was just like I kind of like got the idea of like,
Why things happen the way.
yeah, like, and my mom, I think it was my mom, the one that told me like, yo, me and your father never argued and da. But you telling me that while I'm younger,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because you want to make it
You
seem
don't really
like,
understand that.
yeah, okay, you guys didn't argue, okay, it is what it is. But like when you grow older, you start to realize like,
Yeah.
hey, there's no possible way that y'all did not argue
They're
about
not arguing.
anything.
In every relationship, there's going to be arguments, no matter what.
Disagreements.
No matter how much people say, "Oh, we haven't argued for this many years." It's if you don't want to say argument, you had some type of disagreement on something.
Some type.
Because it's healthy to have disagreements in a relationship. It's very healthy to have a disagreement. Because I'm not gonna like everything that you do in a relationship. You might want to go do this. You might want to go do that. I might not want to do that. And might not be in the mood to do that. So we're gonna have some disagreements, but it's okay to have those disagreements in a relationship. Don't
Yeah.
But
I definitely did ask him like, because I told him, I'm like, yo, like, did you and my mom like ever argue? Did y'all ever fight? Crazy. And obviously he told me the truth because I was much older, so it's kind of like you could sit here and you could tell me, you know what I mean? Like I just want to fully understand. Like I want everybody to be transparent with me.
Yeah.
So he told me like, yeah, I mean, every now and then it wasn't as consistent as like some relationships. People argue every day or every other day. They fought every like once in a blue, I guess, or whatever. More towards the end of the conversation, like he started like veering off, and it was kind of just like I don't like the energy I was getting from him because it's kind of like, bro, like I feel like in a way he was trying to justify why he left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure like. Because when I was with my BM and I brought her around my family was the one that was just like, yo, I don't think you should be fucking with her because it's like, she's not, the energy just wasn't right.
But you see what I'm saying though? Because I feel like when people in our family say certain things like that, it's like, yeah, I don't know her like I know her. So for you to sit here and say, oh, don't fuck with her, or say certain things about her to me, it rubs me the wrong way because y'all not the person that's going home with her every day. You're not the person that's laying down with her every day. You're not the person that got to see her every day through her worst times and through her hard times. Y'all not those type. Y'all not with me every day that I got to go through this stuff with her. So y'all can't sit here and dictate, oh, don't be with her. Oh, she's not the one for you. Why do you feel like that? Because if I was to sit here and dictate every man that you dealt with or every person that y'all dealt with, and I say, yo, he's not the one for you, or she's not the one for you, you're going to look at it like, well, why
Like,
do you feel that way?
How do you know that?
How do you know that? So don't sit here and gravitate towards my relationship and feel like, oh, she's not the one. Because to be honest with you, I've dealt with that in my family. They felt like certain women wasn't for me, but y'all not the ones that's interacting with this lady. I am, so y'all can't. I'm the one that's going to make my own decision, make my own choices. If I feel like she's not the one for me, I gotta feel like she's not the one for me. I'm not going to let you say, oh, she's not the one for you,
and then just expect me to just sit here and just dub. You know what I mean?
And I won't ever allow a person that's going through so much in their relationship to tell me that, oh, she's not the one for me, because you're still dealing with a person that's not the one for you. So how you gonna tell me she's not the one for me?
Project that on me, and
you can't project that on me. You can't. It's so many different things in this world where people always got to feel like they got to voice their opinion. It's okay to voice your opinion. Keep it to yourself. Don't let me acknowledge it or let me hear it. Because now it's looking like damn, you like
not every opinion has to be spoken out loud. You know
it doesn't. It doesn't. Like I said, I have so many different family members tell me that the woman that I was with wasn't for me. And then it's like, oh, now you broke up. Now look what I told you. No, we broke up because we had our own situations going on, our own personal reasons for why we broke up.
Yeah,
it's not because it wasn't for me. It's just maybe at the time we just wasn't on the right path. I mean, right on the right path of the same thing, like meeting each other from here to here.
I wasn't on the same accord.
We wasn't on the same thing. Yeah, so it's like we just had our own reasons for why we broke up. Sometimes they always say, yo, when a person is for you, they'll circle back. But
they'll spin the block.
But I don't need nobody spinning the block for me. I don't want to spin the block with you because I feel like I've dealt with you. I have my experience with you. Now it's time for me to move on and deal with new experiences and new journeys, new beginnings. I'd rather deal with somebody new because it's like 8 billion people in this world.
It's more than that.
It's probably more than 8, but it's so many people in this world, and it's like, damn, it's like you don't get to experience everybody in this world though. Mm-hmm. You don't.
I feel like that's a and not even to say like it gives you the right to, but I feel like that's also another reason why men and women cheat, because it's just like there's so many people in this world. That's what it is.
Like, that's a fact.
So it's kind of like she was beautiful. Don't get me wrong, she was beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes like you want to experience something else, but that may not be like you purposely doing that. You know what I mean? Like I said, traumas and shit, they build up and you start doing stupid shit. I took it as like I just want to do it for the hell of it, because like my mind wasn't right. Like remember how we said first episode, might talk about the mindset. Mentally, I was fucked up. So mentally, like from a mental point of view, it's just like I'm fucked up. I don't care about nobody. I don't care about your feelings
because you feel like nobody cares about how you feel at the time.
Exactly.
It's like you going through whatever you going through, and like nobody's really whether they show you that they care. You never know for real if that person really cares or not. So it's like I don't care how that person gonna feel. I'm going through what I'm going through right now. It's not okay for you to sit there and justify like, oh, I'm doing what I'm doing. It's all right. It's not cool. It's never cool to hurt the next person because you're hurt. It's never cool to hurt the next person because you're feeling so much hurt. It's never okay. That's why I said more people need therapy than to be in a relationship. Give yourself time to heal. Give yourself time to process yourself.
I feel like I should have gave it more time before I initiated any kind of. Because don't get me wrong, like she brought out something in me that I hadn't, I guess, like felt in a long time.
And it always takes that one person to always bring out either the best in you or bring out the worst in you.
And she definitely wanted the best for me. You know what I mean? I didn't allow myself to see it because it's like, bro, like I've been hurt. Don't get me wrong, like I've cheated and stuff, but like some of the times that I cheated because I was cheated on first. So it's kind of like if you gonna do me dirty,
it's like you playing a tit for tat game.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my lick back because it's not like you're not about to sit here and do you and do me dirty and then you just expect me to just because that was the problem with my BM. Like my BM cheated on me. And I was just
your revenge, your get back.
No, that's the crazy part. With her, when it came to her, like I was still in that mode of like I just want to be with one person. I want this person for myself. Yeah. But then when she cheated and she was doing what she was doing on the side, whatever she was doing, it's kind of like, bro, I'm just here. Like, why are you doing this to me? I had so many questions that I had in my head that I never got to ask. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just like I took that. After that, it was like, bro, if you could do it, I'm just gonna do it. Yeah. And then over time, all the traumas build up and all the being alone and stuff like that. I took it to an extent, which I shouldn't have. I put on a facade. I put on this mask, and it was like, bro, it wasn't right of me to do. But when I met her, she brought out a side of me that I hadn't seen in such a long time.
I saw a quote, right? And it says, a person doesn't have to only drain you with arguments and fights. They can drain you with lack of communication, lack of trust, lack of empathy, lack of apologizing, lack of acknowledgement, and lack of fulfilling your love language.
I never got an apology, bro.
You never got the apology?
I never got the apology. From anybody who did me dirty, I never got the apology. Nobody ever took accountability. Nobody ever acknowledged the fact that like, yo, I did this person dirty. All he was trying to do was be good to me. You know what I mean?
That's a lack of communication.
Like, bro, like, and I've like I said, first episode, like communication was very minimal for me. Cause it's like, bro, after those relationships relationships where I got cheated on and I did what I did, it's kind of just like, yo, bro, like communication for me, just fuck that shit. That shit went out the window.
Truth.
But like I said, she brought out a side of me and it made me want to do these things, but I'm still like mentally so fucked up. It's like I don't know how to allow myself to reach that point to where she wants me to do these things for her. She wants me to take care of her. She wants me to provide and protect, you know what I mean? Just as any man is supposed to do for his woman.
That's the truth.
But
that's the truth.
Being fucked up, bro, is it's painful. It's really painful.
Yeah. Personally, man, I really want to applaud you. Right? I really want to applaud you for honestly acknowledging yourself and acknowledging your rights from wrongs. I really want to give you that. You know,
I appreciate it.
I apologize. I apologize for her for not apologizing to you. And
her apology, bro, I stopped caring about so long ago, bro.
Sometimes that's really all we need is an apology and look, I did this, I did that, I messed up, I'm sorry. And that's probably what some people really need. Yeah. And to take that break after that breakup, get to know yourself, your highs, your lows, and just be in tune with yourself.
I feel like had I got an apology, I feel like I obviously would have moved on with my life.
Yeah, but it would have been a little better.
Yeah, I'd have just not went back to the girl.
Guys, I feel like the topics that we did talk about today was real, you know.
We got into it. We got real deep.
We dove,
today was a little deeper.
Yeah, it was. And I appreciate y'all for telling me y'all stories, you know. It felt good to know that this is what you guys went through and the experience that you went through because I had my own experiences. And I appreciate y'all for allowing me to understand y'all trauma as well. You know, until the next episode on the Sofa Podcast, this is your boy D-Thing.
It's your boy Chris.
And this is your girl Ella Dom. And we are tuning out.